name is Nick Winter. I'm a sophomore at Cooper High School. I began attending St. Stephen's about 3 years ago. This is the beginning of my 8th grade year. For those of you that don't know, confirmation is a 3-year process beginning in the fall of 8th grade. When I came to St. Stephen's for the first time, I was introduced to Gary Dietz, the youth director here. He wanted me to come join him on Wednesday nights for the 8th grade confirmation class. So the next Wednesday, my dad dragged me into church and I walked into a room, not knowing a single person. I'd seen Gary earlier that night, but at this point I could hardly say I knew him after a 1- 2 minute conversation. Once I entered the room, I knew there was something special here. In the 5 minutes I sat there waiting for the night's lesson to begin, each adult in the room, along with at least half the kids that were there that night, simply came up and asked me what my name was. This simple gesture had a great impact on me and my willingness to come the next week. See, up until that point, I had never been very interested in going to youth group. I had thought of it more as a chore than as a privilege. After that night, I was a new kid. I attended my first confirmation retreat 3 weeks later and felt completely part of the group. As I continued in my faith journey, I began really building strong bonds between me and some of the members of the group. When I ended 9th grade year along with the confirmation class itself, I knew I had something to look forward to next year. During that summer, I went to Chicago on the Chicago mission trip with the senior high group. I met all sorts of new and interesting friends. As part of your 10th grade experience, you go to Spectrum on Sunday nights instead of attending Wednesday night youth group. I think it was there at Spectrum that I made the best memories. I can recall all sorts of different stories that if we had more time I could tell you about. This spring, the most memorable faith experience happened when I attended Tech Weekend. This weekend retreat was seriously a life changer. I found a newfound love for God and was moved by every talk given. I also managed to make dozens of new friends throughout the weekend. As Spectrum came to an end this year, and I was asked to give this talk, I began to reflect on my past 3 years here. I was trying to figure out what made St. Stephen's so special, what made it any different from the other places I had attended. As I reflected, I realized that it wasn't anything extraordinary. It was simply the fact that no matter who you were or where you came from, everyone here cares about you in one way or another. When I look back on the first night I came, I remember the probably 15 people that came up and talked to me. The people here really have a caring touch that is noticeable right away. I recently brought a friend to prayer breakfast one morning at Gary's house. He thoroughly enjoyed himself, and for the rest of the day I got to hear his awe at how the people there care so much. He would say things like, they would talk to me like they had known me for years, or they all simply said hi. These words gave me the understanding of how St. Stephen's is different from all the other places. It's the people here, and that's what makes getting confirmed so special. The youth program here really does help you grow closer to God and all that He has to offer. During the 3 years of confirmation, I really learned what God does for me and how to see the gifts, no matter how small, He gives to you daily. And because of that, I am choosing to be confirmed today. To me, being confirmed is something special. To me, it's a huge step in your faith journey because it's accepting God and Jesus into your life forever. When I was baptized back in 1999, my parents made the decision to raise me in a house with God. They chose for me to grow up a Christian, believing in God and Jesus, along with accepting all that they have to offer. Many people say that getting confirmed is making those decisions for yourself and deciding that you want to live a life full of God. This statement is very true in many ways, but to me, the decision has a deeper meaning. To me, being confirmed is empowering me to guide my faith journey and to believe that what I want to believe. That might mean that nothing really changes about my life, or that could mean that I change all sorts of things in my life. This decision is bigger than simply reading back the italicized words in the Book of Common Prayer. This decision is promising to a life of God, to a life with Christ, This decision is promising to live a life with Christ and to do what is right and just. Living a life with Christ may be hard in this modern day and age, but it isn't impossible. I think that if anyone wants to live that life, they can. I plan to do so by continuing to attend Spectrum next year. I think the environment here is like none other and can simply not be matched. I also plan to continue leading 8th grade confirmation class next year as a senior high leader. These two things are the short-term, simple ways to continue my faith journey with Christ. But it's the things that in the distant future that become hard to predict. I plan to attend 4-year college and get a job, and I hope that one day I can help lead a group of teenagers through the process in whatever city I choose to reside. In the future, I want to be known as the guy that was an overall good person and a good Christian. I want to be known as the man everyone looked up to. These are the things that I plan to achieve when my faith journey comes to an end. This being confirmed today is the first step in my faith journey, and I know there will be many more. Thank you.